Hello everyone, Sigillum here once again, and today is a special day. Why? Because we are playing Pillars of Eternity. This game was on my wishlist on Steam for quite a while now, for at least a couple of years or something like that. And since I'm going to take a quick break from Tarkov until the new wipe comes, I will probably be playing Pillars of Eternity and publish some videos in some kind of form of episodes or something like that. So without further ado, let's begin. I know this is a big transition from a hardcore FPS game like Escape from Tarkov to a classic isometric style RPG in the likes of Pillars of Eternity, but this game, since the launch, I have been playing it, how would I say it, offline, but I never finished it, and for now, the goal is to have 100% of what I say, exploration in game and finishness. So, let's begin. Okay, since I'm pretty much of a bot when concerning tabletop RPGs and all the rules that they imply, we will be playing on easy difficulty. Story time, I think, is pretty much too easy. The normal difficulty requires strategy and efficiency, but forgives a few mistakes in combat. It's not recommended for newcomers. Okay, real-time party-based RPGs. I have experience with them. I have played Neverwinter Nights, Dungeon Siege, and the rest. Hard, I think it's maybe a little too much to chew for me, but survival requires micromanagement and optimization of stats through items, spells, and abilities. Well, I wouldn't think so. We will not choose that, and Path of the Damned is, I think, some sort of extreme. Enemies receive a bonus to most stats and encounters have many more enemies. Warning, this option can be changed in-game. It is only intended for players who want the most punishing encounters. Okay, we'll go normal. Just so you know, Pillars of Eternity is, I don't know, although it's isometric RPG, it looks absolutely beautiful.
Blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
Okay, that's it for the intro. Now, the character creation. And this is also something that has always fascinated me in classic RPGs. Okay, we'll go normally as male. Humans. mighty Amuaua are the largest of the kit races and are commonly found in or near oceans. Just so you know, when I first played this game, I don't know, it took me maybe 2 hours or something like that of reading the game mechanics, what all the stats mean, the history of each and every race. It's simply fascinating. Though not truly aquatic, they have an affinity for water, and many of their civilizations, such as Rawatai, are based on naval dominance. They are known for their unparalleled strength. Okay, I presume they're a perfect choice for a warrior, and since I always preferred some classes which use melee skills as well as magic, we will probably opt for something else. Dwarf also is not our primary choice. Elves also. I reckon they are mostly useful for something like thieves. Orlan also. Dexterity and plus intellect. The godlike are children of the kid civilized races who have been blessed with physical aspects associated with the gods. Though some do not consider it as a blessing, these aspects may take many forms and often come with mystical powers. Aberrant head shapes are typical, and godlike are unable to wear protective headgear, as it is near impossible to find anything that fits. Because of their unusual nature and their inability to reproduce, godlike are often viewed with fear and wonder. It would be cool to play with such a race. Humans, commonly called folk, are the most common race in the Deerwood, the Adir Empire, Old Valia, and the Valian Republics. You have some, how would I say, hyperlinks to each of the terms and expressions, stats, and something like that. So, pretty useful to just hover with your mouse on it and show and actually read what it represents. Okay, I think the human is the way to go. Once per encounter, 5 seconds after being reduced below 50% endurance, folk temporarily gain bonuses to accuracy and damage. Okay. Ocean folk, once per encounter. Okay. The perks are the same. The meadow folk. Logical choice. Okay, now the classes. The classes are also something unique. Classes like Cypher, Chanter. Okay, Monk is pretty usual in some of the RPGs, but for example, Cypher and Chanter. First time I played with the Chanter, but it's kind of too complicated to you have some sort of a chant book or a song book in which you contemplate some melodies and put them together, and depending on the, how would I say, depending on the arrangement of the each melody, you have a certain buffs. For example, movement speed, extra damage, stamina, and endurance, and something like that. But we will probably play with Cypher. Since Cyphers can directly target allies and enemies with powerful soul focus effects. These powers cost focus, which Cyphers build through the use of their soul whip. And soul whip is, if I'm not mistaken, used when you successfully hit someone. So they can be good at range combat, especially because you gain up focus while getting hits. And the spells are pretty powerful for the class, so we will go with that. Okay. First spell. Creates a toxic physical manifestation of the mutual antipathy between the cipher and the enemy target. Enemies caught in the path between the two will suffer corrosive damage. Okay, beam. Use a plus 20% beam damage over 12 seconds. Eye strike. Okay, we can choose two. Shocks an enemy visual receptors, dazing and blinding them as well as blinding nearby targets. Blinded for 10 seconds. Accuracy reduced by 25 for all sources. Perception reduced by 4. Movement reduced by 2. Reflex and deflection are reduced by 20. Very good. Dazed. Accuracy reduced by 10. Dexterity, perception and intellect are all reduced by 2, and attack speed is reduced by 15%. Nice. Mind wave. Target becomes the object of a concussive blast of physical energy, suffering raw damage. Raw damage is something, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm acquainted correctly, raw damage is something that cannot be blockable by any type of defense, whether it be magic or physical or something like that. There are 8 damage types in Pillars of Eternity. Listen to this, just listen to this. Slash, pierce, crush, burn, shock, corrode, freeze and raw damage. 8 goddamn damage types. Ridiculous, man. Damage types are used to determine how easily a target resists damage of that type based on their damage reductions. A creature or suit of armor may be very resistant to one type of damage, but quite vulnerable to another. Some weapons or attacks may do multiple damage types or list an or between their damage types. When an or is listed, the attack will always do the damage type that the target is most vulnerable to. Raw damage is the only damage type that ignores all damage reductions and is generally associated with poisons and similar effects. So that should be pretty good beginning spell. Raw damage. Soul shock. Briefly transforms the outer shell of an allied target's soul into energy, releasing an electrical burst around them. Character standing in the area around the target takes shock damage. Okay, the issue is probably that shock damage is taken by also the rest of the party members. If I maybe wish to cast it on my tank or something like that. Tenuous grasp. Assails the target's grasp on reality, frightening and confusing them. Also nuts. Resolve and dexterity are reduced by 2 and accuracy is reduced by 10. The confused affliction makes the character behave erratically. Every 6 seconds the target checks randomly to do one of the following. Behave normally, attack an ally, walk in random direction or do nothing. Also nice. Confused is a nice disable. Whisper of treason. Oh yeah, I think I took that at the beginning. Imparts a bedeviling secret to an enemy that causes its allegiance to bend, charming them for the duration. Nice spell. Nice spell. Charmed. Charmed target fights on behalf of the enemy at reduced capacity. Speaking the accuracy, and all defenses are reduced by 25. I mean, you have nothing to lose, man. You gain an ally, and they have reduced defenses, which is also kind of useful because they will die probably in the meantime of the effect of the spell, and also you have one enemy less. A new one will dispel any older one present. Okay, we'll definitely use that. Whisper of treason, and maybe eye strike. Or mind wave for raw damage. Let's do eye strike. I think I got the mind wave when I first played with this class. Okay. Recommended for Cypher. Dexterity. We have Might, Constitution, Dexterity, Perception, Intellect, and Resolve. Resolve reflects a character's internal drive, determination, fearlessness, and the emotional intensity they can project to others. It can be useful for mental intimidation, leadership, and convincing performances. Also pretty useful in dialogues, I think. In combat, it helps characters maintain concentration and contributes to the will and deflection defenses. Also nice for probably a melee character. Intellect, highly recommended for Cypher. We have recommended and highly recommended. HyperX characters' logic and reasoning capabilities in interactions and can be useful for deduction, sudden realizations, and problem solving. Also nice if we plan to have our character as some kind of a leader of the party. In combat, it contributes to the will defense and influences durations and areas of effect for all abilities and talent. Of course. It increases area of effect, duration, and will. Action speed, and might, damage, and healing, as well as fortitude. Fortitude resists attacks on the internal physical systems of the character. Listen to this. Fortitude resists attacks on the internal physical systems of the character. Example, poison, disease, etc. It is defined by the character's class, level, might, and constitution, but can also be influenced by other effects. Jesus. That's rather complicated. But since we have 15 points left, we'll have 6, I mean the most, on our intellect. We'll base on these 3 skills. Also, might maybe not be so important as dexterity. We'll do this. Since we don't have randomized button, for example in Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale and other classic RPGs, there is a randomize I think button for arrangement of the points, which can be arranged on each of the attributes, and sometimes you can roll a much higher number of, how would I say, default stats. Culture, Jesus. Okay, our main attributes are intelligence first, dexterity and might last. So we will probably use something with intellect. Once the crown jewel of the Sunder sees, all Valley is now the crumbled remnants of the empire of warring merchant nations, counting many humans and dwarves among the ranks. The old valiant countries are still forces to be reckoned with and are proud of their rich cultural heritage. Pretty nice. So we'll choose this. Okay. Our background. We have aristocrat, colonist, drifter, laborer, merchant, artist, dissident, hunter, mercenary, and slave. Oh, shit. Oh, lore and survival. We'll go for survival. I think survival is pretty good. Background. Okay. We have some new portraits since the purchase of the game. We will probably use something with a helmet, since we cannot imitate the looks of these guys. Or something like this. Mystery. Okay. This looks like a peasant from Stronghold. I haven't seen these in, I quote myself, offline version. These are the female portraits, as well as godlike ones. There are a bunch of them, Jesus. We need something human-like. These are the elves. Godlike. They look pretty sick. Ooh, this one. Jesus. We'll take this. Looks kinda cool. Colors, okay. We'll try to imitate our real look if we can do this. Not much to choose from. We also haven't configured our graphic settings, so we will do that in game, so we don't interrupt this complex process. This looks kinda innocent. We will go with the facial hair, of course, always. Something like this. Hair. Something short. Maybe bald. Seems the way to go. Jesus. Man, bald. That's it. Something like this. No, this is too gingery. Maybe change the head. Kinda looks odd. I mean, all of them looks odd. We'll take this. Fuck it. Okay. Voice. A female voice.
Just say the word.
Watch and learn.
Bring them down!
Quietly now.
Oh.
Yes? I'm flattered.
Let's go!
Time to see and not be seen.
I'll lead the way. Keeping quiet.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Leading the way.
Yeah! Silence surrounds me.
Yes? Follow me.
Stoic. Definitely. And of course, our Nick. Except, finally. Let's go. Look at this. Absolutely beautiful. The caravan master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there. Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who would be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood? Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, course. Which case you'll be dead in a day. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
Where would I find those
They
berries?
grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one. Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glanfath. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay if you don't mind getting stuck with Glanfathan arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear.
Okay, those ruins are something, I think, called Aedra or something like that. And it's the spiritual property or of the folks named Glanfathan, if I'm not
Of course,
mistaken.
all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pawn, so I hear. Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ngwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much. Not if you hurry about your business, and not if the weather holds up.
What kind of weather do they get out here?
This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a beawick, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never care to.
What are those huge rocks coming up out of the ground?
They don't got Adra where you come from?
Adra, okay.
Well,
it's
it
not
just grows
Asia,
up out of
it's
the
Adra.
ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories. It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
I'll go see about those berries then.
Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep. Kalisha. Kalisha! He needs to find some spring berries. Watch that he doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
Okay, welcome to Pillars of Eternity. Is this your first visit? The party always consists of your character and up to 5 additional companions. Up to 5. It means the total of 6. We have some strange illness causing -3 to concentration and -3 to fortitude. Presumably of that beetle sting? While the caravan is camped outside the Glanfathans ruins, Odema has assigned Kalisha to help you. Kalisha is a fighter, a class that excels at close quarters defense. Use her abilities to complement your own. Select a party member and clean to the selection server, blah blah blah. Select multiple party members, okay. Those are the basics.
Yeah.
Let's see firstly. Graphics options. Okay, we have 144 Hz on, VSync also on. Man. Graphics quality to max. Yes.
Huh?
Woo. Okay, I think the sound is okay. Scroll speed. Okay, that's it for now. Scouting mode is used more for stealth and fighting Hidden items like traps and secret containers. While scouting, your character's selection circles start to fill with yellow when a character is starting to detect them. Okay, that's the sneak mode. Once the circle fills yellow, the character is suspicious and will move to investigate, while the circle fills red. If the circle becomes fully red, your characters will be discovered. Their character's ability to find hidden objects is based on his or her mechanic skill. A higher mechanic skill allows them to find objects at a greater distance. Moving toward a character accelerates how quickly they will detect you. If you actually touch the selection circle of a character with your own, you will immediately be detected. Okay, pause. Most people encounter in the world are natural or friendly. You can interact with them by clicking on the selection circle. Many characters. Okay. Okay, Alt is the sneak mode, Space is the pause, we have formation, Tab.
I'll get it open. I've got it.
Okay, we have
Stay quiet.
Scout.
I'll get it open. I'll get it open. I've got it.
How to lockpick, man?
I've got it.
Okay, these are probably combinations which will work, and we have none of them. Lockpick. Oh.
I've got it.
Okay, you don't have enough?
Anyone need supplies? I've got sundries for sale.
You see a man wearing simple but mostly neat clothes. He's transfixed, however, by a ragged tear in the seam of his stomach.
Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road. Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look.
Ooh, giant miniature space piglet. Go on pledge. Ooh, let's see, what do we have firstly in our inventory? Okay, these are all the freaking stats we have, as well as Kalishas. And this is the inventory. This item grants the ability to shield the wearer from myriad perils that plague the world of Eora, an aspect of the god Eotus. Gorn represents the harvest of old age, symbolized here by the many interlocking sickles that form the ring. Okay, but what does it do? 2 per rest. Okay, we'll actually use that. Actually equip the companion. Stores allows you to trade and sell your items for copper pieces or items in the store inventory. Okay. Woo! We have a piglet companion. Very nice. Let's explore all of this. Double speed D. Okay. Horse. No shit. Let's see, what do we have?
What you need?
Yeah.
I'll have your water soon enough. Stream's not going anywhere.
We will collect all of this. just in case. This path winds through a narrow
We
canyon.
shouldn't stray too far.
Back the way you came, grooves in the road mark the passage of hundreds of caravans.
Let's check by those outcroppings.
Okay, we have combat. Because electronic combat uses a pausable real-time system, because you will often manage more than one character at a time. It is a good idea to pause the game, issue orders, and resume real-time to see the orders play out. The options menu also contains many choices for automatic pausing when certain conditions are met. Okay. The screen is paused every time you encounter someone for combat. Also, it's pretty useful when you need to use some tactics, reposition the characters and everything else. Knockdown. 2 per encounter, so we'll use this. Shoves an enemy with enormous force, knocking them prone and causing additional damage. Prone is also a negative effect, but for the opposition. So, one of your characters has been engaged in melee. When characters are engaged, they immediately stop moving. If they move again, they will provoke a disengagement attack from the enemies engaging them. Your characters will also automatically engage enemies when they initiate attacks against them with melee weapons. Yeah. Have 4 primary defenses: deflection, fortitude, reflex, and will. Those defenses are based on the character's attributes, level, items, and other effects. Accuracy is compared to the appropriate defenses when an attack is made. If accuracy is below the targeted defense, the attack suffers a penalty to the roll and is more likely to result in a miss. If accuracy is above the targeted defense, the attack is more likely to result in a crit. Damage reduction reduces the incoming damage by the listed account down to a minimum percentage. If you are having difficulty hurting an enemy, try switching to a weapon or attack that does a different damage type. Most enemies are strong against 1 or 2 damage types and weak against a similar number. Okay, that was probably a crit since we demolished the wolf. You scored a crit. A crit is a better result than a hit, and they are more likely to occur when the attack's accuracy is higher than the target's defense. Okay.
Sure.
This is it.
They must said you were some kind of colonist before coming here. If that's the case, you'll fit it right in. The whole country is a bunch of colonists. Okay, that is probably linked to our history that we chose as a colonist. You like frontier life or what? So I have a choice to make about my history. There was a fortune to be made where I was. It wasn't by choice. I was fleeing persecution. I was there to pacify the land and the people who were native to it. Second, yeah, how is it you happen to come here? The people I was running from finally caught up. I got out, but not everyone was so lucky. The place I ended up was just as bad as the place I left, another dead end. I was always looking over my shoulder there. I needed someplace new, farther away. Well, we've got things we'd like to leave behind. Gods know I do, I'll tell you that. Here's hoping they never track us down. Of course. Been a long time since I've been this way, but I always like it. Did like it. Lord Radric offer makes a girl think, I'll give him that. You here to settle like the rest of the lot? I hadn't given it much thought. No harm in that, might as well see the place first. So you must have some other plan in mind for coming this way. Meet someone and fall in love, probably the same things I did before, just looking for some adventure, really, getting into trouble I expect. I'm going to find some new friends. I have no idea what I'm going to do next. Probably that. Completely spontaneous, huh? Interesting. Well, there's probably no hurry to make up your mind. If you got an inn in Gilded Vale, then I'll put you up as long as you need. Or so my sister tells me. Anyway, I'm wasting time here. Udema will give me an earful. Let's be on our way. Why are you here? My sister moved out here some time back. She sent me a letter. She seemed worried. But that's how she always is. This time though, she asked me to come out, and that's got me a little worried. I haven't seen her in ages. Been doing guide work in Ixamitul. But I do anything for her. She's a much better woman than me, so I'm here and we'll see. Odema I've worked with before. He doesn't usually drive a route this way, but he's doing it for me. What can you tell me about Deerwood? I'm not much for history, but from what I know, it used to be a part of the Adir Empire. Broke off after a war some years back. The locals here are feisty, and that's how they like it. I've been out of touch, but I've been hearing weird kinds of things about it lately. People having trouble giving birth, I guess. A lot of them been going on for years now, but somehow it's getting worse. I'll have to ask my sister more about it. Probably her sister is connected to all of this, but we'll see. Alright, let's go back to the camp. You know, I wouldn't hold my breath that Sparfel's getting you war anytime soon. He does what he feels like when he feels like. We should check up on him first. Slap him around a little. Stream's just down that way. Come on, let's get you a war. Okay. As you receive quests, your journal will update with relevant information. If you ever get stuck, open it up to review your notes, probably with J, of course. We have to find Sparfell. And these are probably our main story. We also have some expansions, the White March Part 2 as well. Let's explore a little more. We have some mushrooms. Travelers maybe, or looters, or bandits. Bad sign in any way you figure it.
Yeah.
Dead body. Leather armor. We'll take all, of course. Let's see if she has any armor. She has. Scale. Recovery speed 35%. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Shh. Maybe there is some kind of a mystery button or something like that. Sparfell is not here, actually. He was here just a moment ago. Slow things up a little.
What a surprise. Sparfell went hunting. At least he left the water skins. Come on. This is recent. Not good.
The footprints around the campfire are indistinct and may have been here for days or longer. Something obviously happened here. Also this. You crouch at the riverbank and dip your water skin into the cool water while Kalisha waits nearby, keeping watch. As you rise, you notice her look up sharply towards the tree line. Full water skin added to the stash. Also, these illustrations are pretty fascinating and beautiful. Also the sound background. Out of the trees emerges Sparfel, one of the guides, barely discernible in the dim moonlight. He no longer carries his bow, and there is a strangeness to his gait. His stride wobbly as he moves toward you with labored breath.
Sparfel? Are you alright?
Sparfel's toe catches on a rock and he collapses forward in a heap, the feathered shaft of an arrow planted between his shoulders like an enemy flag. Oh shit.
Ambush!
Okay. We have a hunter, two hunters. Unknown stats. Let's attack with Kalisha 1 and with...
Yeah.
When a party member takes damage, they will start to lose endurance and health. Their portrait will begin to fill with red overlay, and the health bar to the left of their portrait will slowly start to decrease. When the portrait fills entirely red, the character will be knocked out. Potions and spells can be used to restore endurance to keep characters in the fight, but health can only restore by resting. Okay, the health is probably the white number in the portrait of the character, and the red bar, if it fills up, we will probably be knocked unconscious and then eventually killed if they continue to attack us. Let's try our spell. Sometimes a weapon or spell simply isn't well suited to penetrating an enemy's damage reduction. You hear your characters complain about it when it happens. Take heed, note the damage type that's being blocked, and switch to a weapon or spell that does different damage type. Okay, useful to know also. Let's finish. Okay.
Come on, we have to get back to camp.
Sure.
Okay, our endurance is back up. We'll click save. Oh shit. Let's switch to a bow. Or not. We'll knock this one first, since he's a melee, and we will attack with our guy. This one. Let's try this.
Let's go.
Not enough. Requires 10 focus. Okay, we have 7, and this one also requires 10. Holy shit.
Let's go.
Let's finish this hunter.
Yeah.
Let's heal a little. Glanfathans leader, all around you lie the massacred remains of the other travelers, peppered with arrows and knife hilts, flayed and bug-eyed and filthy. Kalisha puts the back of her left hand to her mouth as if to ward away some poisonous vapor. A handful of dark figures stands above the fallen, treading on limbs and backs and heads, jerking their axes from bodies as if from half-split logs. One of them, towering and severe, with a thick beard tasseled with knots, holds a wet blade at the neck of the man you recognize as Heodan, the last of your caravan left standing. Lay down your arms, trespasser. Do not forfeit this man's life for a fight you will lose. Okay, we have some choices to be made, which will probably result in various outcomes. Why have you done this? Maybe try to use our lore 1. The ruin has not been sullied by your hands, man of ear Glanfathans. We have not trespassed, we merely wish to pass through. I don't know what they did, but I didn't have anything to do with it. Okay, that's just being unreasonable. Murderers, you will pay for each life, also the combat choice. You will try to kill us all either way. Why make it easy? Maybe try to do something with our lore. Your words carry no weight when I have seen the truth with my own eyes. Blood must be faithful in this intrusion. You now have 1 rank in disposition reputation. These reputations represent how people perceive your personality throughout the world. Even seemingly nasty reputations will be favored by some people, and benign reputations often bring out the worst in certain people. No disposition is inherently good or bad in Pillars of Eternity, but if your main character is a priest or paladin, you must be careful not to misalign their dispositions with what is favored by their deity and order, respectively. For the main character only, their dispositions will modify the effects of holy radiance for priests and faith and conviction for paladins. Okay. So I say again, lay down your arms. Don't trust them, they mean to kill us all. We are innocent in this, will you not listen to reason? Might 14, only a fool attacks a weak enemy while a stronger one yet lives. Intellect 13, you can kill him, but you might as well be killing yourself. Intellect 15, judging by the stream of animal teeth around your neck, I am guessing you are worshippers of Galawain. If Galawain told you to stop protecting the ruins, would you? Put down your weapons, hell no. Stay armed. If I put down my weapons, we'll all be dead. We'll try to go with our intellect, since it's pretty much high up. The man frowns and motions as if to swing his axe. Heodan winces, but the blow never comes. Instead, the man cocks his head intrigued. Of course, but he would not. It is by the command of all gods that we accept this charge. How do you know? Because it's consistent with their beliefs, or because it's what you were told? Oh, we are a smart ass. Big smart ass. The man glares. It has always been known to my people. I see. And what of Galawain's edict? That weakness and age must be purged by youth and strength. You think Galawain would want some moldy, crumbling stones to survive long after their builders have turned to dust? The man's nostrils flare as he fumes. He would not, he told us otherwise. I'm sure he did, just not you personally. But why should that stop you from killing innocents? Distracted, the man's grip falters on his axe handle and he nearly fumbles it, affording Heodan the moment he needs to dodge out of his swing, which comes too late. Howling with rage, the man charges you instead. Haha, okay, that's a pretty positive outcome. We have Heodan at our side. Ooh, nice. We'll use blinding strike right at the beginning. Knockdown here. And we will attack this one here. Okay. We have 14 focus. Eye strike. And knock down on the leader. Why did he took the aggro?
Let's go.
Your enemy lies supine on the ground, unable to rise. His companion is now silent among the other dead. His breath comes in wheezing, fitful gasps. He looks not at you, but the sky above you. Forgive us. Barely audible beneath his choked sighs, a whisper of wind stirs the air. At this, the man's eyes roll back as he closes them. Good, good, the gods are just. A queer smile crosses his face. I'm ready. The wind begins to swell, whipping around the camp, electric and volatile, upending pots and rattling tents like an angry spirit. If you can feel it begin to seep beneath your skin, and where it pierces you, it feels as though it is rending you apart from within. See the okay, Master of Demo is all pretty much alive. Seated against a wagon wheel amidst the howling maelstrom, slashed across chest and bowled. Odema's body steers, and with great effort he raises his sagging head, his eyes barely open. He looks directly at you.
Get inside! Run!
Okay, this is the Biavak, the spirit wind. Straining against a gale that threatens to pull you off your feet with every step, you set your hands in the warm folds of weathered rock and set about pulling yourself up the precipice. With a last burst of energy before your arms give out, you swing yourself up onto the ledge. Heodan trails behind, slowed by injury and delayed by early hesitation. As he nears the face of the rocks, one of the fallen attackers who had been feigning death lunges for Heodan and topples him onto the rocky ground. Restrained, Heodan lashes out against his fatigued assailant but struggles to break his hold. They are close to you. Despite the wind, from your position, if you were to throw your weapon at the attacker, you would have a good chance at hitting your mark. Throw your weapon at the attacker or grab a rock and hurl it at the attacker. Throw your weapon. Your aim is true, and the hit jars Heodan loose. Launching to his feet, Heodan clambers up the base of the rocks, and he nears the top. However, the wind flares, pulling him sideways and tearing one of his hands free. And diving onto the hard rock, you manage to catch hold of it. Securing his other hand, you pull with waning strength, and it feels as though your arms will be jerked from their sockets. They hold just long enough for Heodan to set his feet and join you on the trembling ledge. Okay, a success. There is a deep resonance of the swelling wind now. You feel it in the rocks beneath your feet and inside the cavity of your own chest, though it would shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaces the old stones before you, loosening connections, unsettling balances. As you dart beneath the old archway, the entire portal begins to fall beneath its own weight. Okay, we're getting into the dungeon.
Was that?
A Bewick. Had to be.
Then we're lucky to be alive.
And we're the only ones.
We can't stay here. There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's quick save. The lower level of the ruins has been blocked off by fallen rubble.
Keeping quiet. That should be far enough. But what now?
We look for another way out. Storm has to die sometime.
Windstorm of a kind they only get in Glanfathans. Not many people live through them, so it's hard to know what's true. Biavak. Reaping of the souls of the land that couldn't find their own way out. Well, they take a living soul as soon as a dead one. The wheels got hold of them now. Gods grant them better luck in their next life. Who attacked us? Glanfathans. Those be the hut dwellers Odema warned you about. Look to be fangs of Galabane, for the twitchiest of the lot. They go ruin to ruin looking for fights with colonists. Poor Odema, I think he half expected this once we lost the main road. The Glanfathans said we trespassed the ruins. I don't believe that. Odema would never allow it, but as much as the fangs are hotheads, Glanfathans don't attack without being provoked. Either they saw something and got the wrong idea, or there's looters in here with us. That's not something we need right now. You don't seem too upset about all this. Maybe you just don't know me enough to know what upset looks like. And maybe I've seen worse too. Seen worse and kept on walking. Because there's nothing else to be done, and because there's other people you care about who still need you. Let's get going.
Huh? They'll never know I'm here.
Let's quick save. Double speed. Ooh. A trembling, sickly creature emerges from the dark, clutching a spear. Knobby elbows and thin ribs show through its scaly flesh, but you recognize it as a Zorip. It watches you cautiously, breathing in ragged sighs. Raise your arms and stand still. The creature cocks its head and approaches you, a soft clicking sound emanating from the back of its throat. The creature sniffs around you and finds nothing more interesting. It steps back and resumes its defensive posture. Rico's fingers still wrapped tightly around its spear. The creature cocks its inner again. Slowly back away. Cool, let's go the other way.
Stay quiet.
The Eastern Reach is a dangerous place full of lurking enemies and carefully concealed secrets. Enable scouting mode to move steadily and search for hidden objects like traps and secret doors.
Those tiles look suspicious. Let's be careful.
Found something.
Ooh.
Huh?
Oh, we'll go from the other side. Let's switch our character to be a ranged one, since we don't have any. Crossbow, two-handed. Let's make this a second set. Switch to it. Okay, nothing actually useful. We'll give her some shield. Also, we have some pretty nice stash. The tattered journal. Some artifact. We'll use this, also this, and all these armor we will place in the stash. You can switch to a new weapon set by selecting the weapon icon from the eligible character's action bar. Okay.
Wait. Do you hear that?
Oh shit. That was a mistake.
Yeah.
Nice. This is pretty good. Let's see if we can change our formation to be a...
Alright, follow me.
Ah, yeah, nice. Nice. Our tank will go first.
Take a look at the wall. Think we could get through.
Crack runs along this wall from floor to ceiling. A light gust of air passes through it. Despite the damage, the stone looks heavy and solid. St. Kalisha. Okay. Finally, the ancient masonry gives away, the wall crashes down, revealing a circular room ahead. We shall not go there yet. Or maybe... Let's go back.
Stay quiet. Those symbols. Just like the tiles.
This mural must be ancient, yet the colors are still bright and vivid. It shows a procession of Glanfathans from all the kid races, Amamua, Elf, Orlan, Dwarf and Human. They walk among pillars similar to the ones that span this chamber, each one topped with a flame.
What you need?
See if there are some secrets to unfold. Okay, there is a dead body here.
How can I help? Yeah.
Okay, this is going pretty well.
Keeping quiet. What's that muck on the wall?
Which is an oil, this smug clings to anything it touches. Vicious leak of something dark and tar-like runs down this wall. The shapes and bulges in the ooze suggest that something lies beneath it, but you can't tell what. Use your water skin to clear it. Okay. Rinse the ooze away, revealing an intricate relief of a man's face. The sunburst surrounding it has chipped away in places, but the details of his head, from the tight curls of hair to the ridges of his pointed ears, still showcase remarkable craftsmanship. Blah blah blah. One eye socket is empty, a gem fills the other. Place the gem. Which gem, dude? From that guy. The chamber begins to rumble, stray rocks dancing across the tile floor. Finally, a large section of the wall gives away. Ooh.
Stay quiet.
Keeping quiet.
Ooh. Let's do this. I don't know, give this all to me. This time the most important one. Okay, let's explore a little.
They'll never
Let's
know
activate
I'm here.
these things. A line symbol is inscribed on this pillar. An unlit brazier sets it. It could be lit if you had the means.
What you need?
Yep. We need a torch. We will second
What you
slot
need?
this.
What you need?
Let's hope this doesn't activate the apocalypse. Holy shit. Okay.
Huh?
Let's go one by one.
Steady does it. Found something. Do you feel that? There's a draft coming through that wall. How can I help? Don't hear any sign of that storm either.
Found something.
What you need?
That pig. Is he telling you about this wall or what?
What you need?
Steady does it.
Can't detect anything, so probably not.
Found something.
Okay, our first hit is enough to get a reasonable amount of focus, so we can that combine with the
I could scout ahead, see what's around the corner.
no, I don't. Of course. Okay, we have two of the Zorips. Okay,
What
he
you need?
cannot see me here. Okay, this will not cast a spell.
How can I help?
Okay, that's enough. Let's go with a nice strike. Nice. Nice.
They'll never know I'm here.
Do we have anything else to explore? I think not, right?
How can I help?
Ooh. This will be...
What you need?
Let's knock it down. And do this. Nice. This is going extremely well. Bats as large as chickens are showing in the web, of course.
What you need?
We'll save that for later.
Nice and slow.
What you
Okay,
need?
it is automatically moved in stash, which is a good thing. Let's go outside to the next area. Older robed man. Four fingers stand before an otherworldly apparatus, an ancient structure of chiseled adra and metallic veins, ominous and looming like a silent observer. Standing motionless in their midst is what appears to be a human body, colorless as stone or ash. The other figures gaze upon it in what might be contemplation. From your vantage point, you are well obscured from their view. The figure closest to the machine stands out among them. A thick grey beard frames the face, otherwise hidden beneath a metallic mask. His faded robes are embroidered with a runic language unlike anything you have ever seen, and he wears a strange black headdress with two protrusions that jut out like the wings of some malevolent creature.
Oathbinder, bear witness, and see this man has kept his word true to his last breath, full to his blood's last drop. Guide his soul, queen that was, and regard it among your favored. Let his life by the key be his confession. Let his death by the key be his absolution. May he walk the world ever free of the crushing weight of the book. Your brother has done his part, and you have seen the power of his contribution. I will accept no further hesitation from the rest of you. In the sight of the queen that was, will you fulfill the oath? Will you take your place beside your brother in the endless esteem of her memory that is without flaw? Step forth, and be assured of the great worth of your life's course.
For an instant the apparatus goes quiet and the air is still, then all at once it erupts with a concussive surge. Light floods your vision and you are knocked to the ground. Your head snaps back as you land and pain wells into the back of your skull, washing your last thoughts away into the black unconscious void. You open your eyes to a different place, another time. You stand in a circular room, grand and domed, its walls lined with agra and trimmed with copper. The style is ancient, but the chamber is unweathered. At the far end, a great pillar of agra pierces the floor from below, its shimmering texture giving the illusion of boundless depth. Encircling the pillar is an apparatus, much like the one you have just seen, but immense and multifaceted and intertwined. Your thoughts are yours and not yours, and they seem to exist before you think them, and they are all questions, pressing questions, troubling questions, questions that must be answered or. At the base of the pillar now, you see a man with a thick grey beard and a ceremonial robe crowned with a strange ornamental headdress. You know this man, you are walking towards him now at a pace that is hurried while trying not to appear so. You have something you want to ask him, one question above all, and the question spins madly in your mind. Holy shit. You awaken to find your malaise has broken, only to be replaced with something far more concerning. Faint whispers are audible at the edge of your hearing, like a ringing in your ears does not subside. Movement flits through your periphery, but when you turn to look, you can see no sign of whatever it was. You find your gaze regularly darting this way and that, an involuntarily paranoid tick. If this is a sickness, it may be dangerous to go without treatment for long. When your character has become fatigued, fatigue represents the physical and psychological wear and tear of demanding activity on a character. It is most commonly received as an injury when a character is knocked out, but some scripted interactions will also result in fatigue if they are especially grueling. Fatigue goes through multiple stages, initially inflicting minor penalties but growing in severity over time. Resting is the easiest way to remove the effects of fatigue, though some consumables can also remove fatigue. The figures at the machine stand frozen in place, flesh and blood replaced by cinders and ash. The man who led them is nowhere to be seen. Kivden and Kalisha lie bloody on the uneven cobbles, their bodies twisted unnaturally in death. You are alone and far from help. Gilded Veil may be your best hope of receiving treatment before things get worse. Okay, we have a level.
Huh? Can't move now.
Can't move now. Holy shit. You just move this. We leave the lockpicks. I have seen their pistols in games, so that would be maybe our best bet for gaining some consistent focus. Let's see about the level up. Okay, V. Woo. Skills allow your character to perform specialized actions like scouting, detecting traps, picking locks, and reading scrolls. They can also be used to overcome obstacles in conversation and scripted interactions. Okay, skills are the ones that matter. Also, skills will advance as your characters gain level, but items and other bonuses can also increase skills. Wait, just let me check on something. Okay, we are recording already an hour and a half. Okay. Nonetheless, points left 6. Nice. Okay, but the how would I say, the logarithm of calculations are also points to advance to another level are increased as we gain them. Stealth. We have stealth and 2 to survival from our history. Survival allows characters to choose from a variety of long-term bonuses each time they camp. The first 6 ranks grant the following bonuses: damage reduction, received healing multiplier, bonus movement, accuracy bonus versus creature type, increased consumable duration, 6 bonus damage versus flanked enemies. Ooh, this would be pretty nice as a range character. After the 6th rank, the previously earned bonuses become more powerful in the same order they were received. Okay. Mechanics. Lore. Athletics. Characters with athletics can use the second win ability to recover lost endurance. Oh, nice. We'll take that just in case. Stealth, we are not actually a stealth character, so we'll go for survival. 204 to do some accuracy bonus and raise 1 to mechanics. That should be pretty much it. Okay. Soul Shock. Mind Wave. Let's go with Mind Wave. Ooh, nice talents. Can be used to customize your character beyond your class ability choices. Some talents modify existing abilities, but others add new abilities of their own. A subset of talents are class specific, but most can be taken by characters of any class. Invokes a retaliatory strike, stunning an enemy whenever they target the Cypher's will defense. Biting Whip. Bites deeper, granting a bonus to damage. Modifies Soul Whip, plus 20% melee damage, plus 20% range damage. Nice. Greater Focus. Grants greater focus. Sells plus 10 max focus. Okay, that's not exactly good. Grants Equalized Radiance. 1 per encounter. Speed fast. Area effect. Friendly target. Plus 7.1 meters radius from caster. Endurance. If successful front end. Okay. Offensive, defensive, utility, class. Will do bonus damage. Done. After leveling your character up, you may want to review their statistics. Open their character sheet to see their attributes, skills, abilities, and talents in greater detail. Okay, I will.
Yeah.
But let's see, what do we have here? Okay, we have some visions. Another vision. You'll take all of this shit. The massive structure is formed of stone, adrian, copper, and covered in strange cliffs. The air around it vibrates with an unusual energy. Okay. We have an option to travel to Valewood. It will take 6 hours to complete your journey from Silent List to Valewood. Okay.
Some rest.
We need some rest. But we don't have any camping supplies. That's the issue.
Right.
Oh yeah. You'll discover some camping supplies. You can use these to rest in the wilderness or dungeons, fully restoring all of your character's abilities and health. Easy difficulty allows you to carry more camping supplies, but hard restricts them severely. If you're fully run out of camping supplies, try to find an inn. Most have cheap room available. Okay, we will opt for camping only, and only if we cannot advance through the level in this regular way. Since we have a moderate amount of health and endurance still, we will just make a quick save here, and this will probably be it for this episode. A lot of interesting stuff happened. As I said, a lot of interesting stuff happened, and we are over through the introduction and character creation. So that will probably be it. If you wish, like the video, subscribe, show me your wishes and impressions of these videos, which will be probably going out on episodes. And there is pretty much a lot to cover in this game, especially since it has a lot of content. So anyways, give me a thumbs up on the video, share, subscribe to the channel if you wish to see something else, or do you have any suggestions and advices so far as the gameplay or maybe the video recording is concerned. Make sure to let me know. That's about it. Until next time, you can check some of the other videos which will probably appear on the screen. That's about it. Until next time, pozdrav!